Hi, this is Thresden, and this is part 9 of an Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road walkthrough. In the previous episode, we picked up this quest, Seeds of Suspicion. It's the second quest in the Zone storyline. And what it says is, I'm going to read this over again in case you didn't see the previous episode. It says, Baragon believes the best way to get to the bottom of Westfield's troubles is to find the source of the wildbird seeds. He thinks that the seed we found can lead us to the recollection, or the recollection can lead us to more seeds. Baragon suggested we show the wildbird seed to Greenspeaker Derelith in Vashabar. I should find her and show her the seed. I think we picked up another quest. Hang on just a second. We picked up another quest. Let's see. So we picked up this quest as we came into the village. It says, I met two young wood elves near Vashabar, Laney and Clindagal. They want to marry, but their fathers are unwilling to give permission. They asked for my help to leave town and start a new life. Laney asked me to speak to her aunt Cyril. Cyril might be willing to help the couple start a new life away from Vashabar. I should be able to find her at the beer garden in the village. So, we're going to do both of these quests at the same time. So, looks like Agawin Cyril is right here. And this is saying Valenia is over there. Greenspeaker Darolith is right here. So let's just head towards Greenspeaker Darolith, since that's the main story, the zone story quest. And then after we go to see the Greenspeaker, then we'll go... Let's see what she says.
If you aren't making full use of everything you trap, you need to do better. At least make sure whatever's left over is available to vultures, ants, and other scavengers.
Okay. Alright. I don't even know you, and you're already yelling at me. Jeez.
My work is good. I swear it. I've become much better at remembering things like taking measurements and sewing up the seams of trousers. By the green, I'm something of an artist at this point.
Okay. This is the city of Vashabar, by the way. Just in case you're wondering, like, what town is this? So here's Agawin Cyril, Aunt Cyril.
Welcome, traveller. This is the Vashabar Garden of Ale. I'm the owner and host, Cyril. Did I hear raised voices just now? Was that Laney and her father?
You heard right. Laney and Clindagal are fed up. They want to leave, start a new life.
Green preserve me. My brother Nidalee are an old mint for the problem here, sure enough. They've never seen eye to eye. But since Vashabar grew, their views have petrified like ancient bark. Neither will bend, but it's the lovelies who suffer.
The couple wants you to gather supplies for their travel. Will you help them?
Easy enough. Aye, I'll do it. But look, Laney and Clendigal deserve love and their village both. Can you go talk to those old goats? Tell them their children plan to leave. Maybe that will make them finally see reason.
I don't know. They might try to stop them. Laney seems sure they wouldn't change their minds.
How can you... I have just the thing. Take these. I brewed up a few casks of Jaga earlier this week. Offer them a drink, and maybe they'll be more inclined to listen. I'll be over by the stables when you're done.
I'll give them a Jaga and see what they have to say. See you at the stables.
Those old manners should be in pod houses around the village. And don't worry if they get cranky. They're more bark than branch, if you take my meaning. Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, can I ask you a few questions?
Of course. You're kind to involve yourself in affairs of the heart like this. Family, tradition, belief. Oh, my brother. What a mess.
Do you want Laney and Clindagal to marry?
I want them to be happy, sap sweet as that is. They've put off their own plans for years now. first supporting their fathers and then the village. If they want to stand and be married, Ifrey himself couldn't dissuade me.
Why does Lanny call you Agawin Cyril?
Since we were kids, I've been trying to get Nedelir to listen to reason. He may be a pillar of the community now, but to me, he'll always be my little brother. He thinks he's teasing me by calling me a wise woman, but I secretly love it.
All right, why were you so quick to help the couple?
In Valenwood, the oldest trees are revered, but the long shadows they cast can strangle saplings before they take root. Minth and Nedelir are much the same. They're giants, but we need new growth to secure the future.
Okay, what's in this jaga you gave me?
Pig's milk, primarily. It's my own recipe, so there's a bit of this and a bit of that in there for flavour and body. If you like that, you should taste my rot meth. I've been brewing a batch for Lainey's wedding ceremony since she was a baby.
Last time I saw somebody drink rot meth, they got really sick, so I think I will pass. On rot meth. A warning to connoisseurs of fine vintages by Aureus Hurtado. Attempts to export the finer Skingrad vintages to Valenwood have proved to be dramatically unsuccessful. The Wood Elves, with their sacrilegious green pact, will not touch the product of the vine, and often violently respond to attempts to introduce wine to their diets. Instead, the Wood Elves brew their own noxious concoctions from dead flesh. The most unpleasant of these foul mixtures is known as rot meth. Rot meth is a pungent, foul-smelling beverage made primarily from fermented meat. Timber mammoth remnants and organ meat are preferred, but the offal and remnants of any suitably large creature will do. The refuse is dumped in spring water and thunderbug shells are added to the liquid. There is apparently some debate among the natives of Valenwood as to whether the lightning glands within the thunderbug's mandibles add to or distract from the final flavor of the mash. The resulting acrid mash is stored in wide, low vats, similar to grape treading vats, and left in sunlit clearings in the forest. Over the next few weeks, the mash is diligently stirred, breaking down the decomposing meat and producing a thick, elastic gelatin on the surface. This greasy foam is then skimmed and used for treating leather and killing pests. The remaining liquids are strained through silk bags. The remaining sediment is dried and powdered, and the resulting bone flour is used to make such wood elf delicacies as jaga-drenched mud balls. Rot meth is potent and drinkable, barely, after only a few weeks, but the best, quote-unquote, rot meth is laid down in clay amphoras or frosted glass demijohns and rested for years before a final straining. This weathered brew is served at weddings and other celebrations. To say that the final product is unpleasant to the taste buds is an understatement. It has the bouquet of an open midden, with the flavor of foot fungus predominantly. There are notes of calcite, a few hints that remind one of water-damaged tombs, and an aftertaste of desiccated mammoth hide. There have been attempts to sweeten the brew, primarily through the addition of moon sugar. If anything, this renders the mash more toxic. No amount of sweeteners improve its taste, and rot meth is recommended to anyone who prefers is not recommended to anyone who prefers decent beverages. The Wood Elves, of course, swear by it. Yeah, I'll pass. I'll pass on the rot meth.
Narain needs to
I
leave.
never thought I'd...
You know it's time, Regamor.
She will, but not from you.
Who's that stranger?
I knew it. Trouble follows you again, Mother. Lorraine, to me, now.
What did I just miss?
I came here to get away from the Legion, but these wood elves have their own way of dealing with outsiders. I don't understand it, and I don't want to. What kind of religion stops you from growing crops? Ah, it's nonsense.
Yeah, I agree. As a Breton, I agree.
Welcome, traveler. Fancy sharing a story? You look like you've got some good ones. The dust from the road sticks to you like musk on a boar.
How do you see out of that hell? Never mind.
This is not a good time, stranger. If you have business with me, make it quick.
Hook needs you to come to the Outlaws' Refuge in Skingrad. Someone's killing the Scarlets. This is from another side quest that I just randomly stumbled upon. I didn't even realize I've got a goal from a side quest in here.
Oh. Oh no. Someone is hunting the Scarlets. It's just as my son feared. My past has caught up to me again. I should have known it when I found the note on my doorstep.
Tell me about this note.
The note said an old friend wanted me to meet them in the woods to the west. I don't have any old friends. I threw it away. But if what you say is true, it might be the killer waiting for me. I need to get Narain and my son away from here.
Stay here. I'll see if anyone is waiting in the woods. Okay, we can talk to Nedulir, Laney's father. We can talk to Minth, Clindagal's father. Or we can go talk to Greenspeaker Derelith finally. So I'm going to talk to Greenspeaker Derelith first. See where that takes us next.
What exactly are you implying, Calovian?
I'm not implying. I'm saying it outright. This land wasn't yours to grow a forest over.
That's enough, Tribune.
Fine. You and the mercenary handle it.
Apologies, Greenspeaker. What can you tell us about the seed my friend is carrying?
A Calovian soldier can't just stroll into our town and throw around accusations. If not for Baragon, he may not be part of our settlement, but his good works are known to us. Well, what is it? What did you bring to show me?
We found this seed in Ostomer. Baragon thinks you might be able to tell us something about it.
Does he? Well, let me take a look. This appears to be a green spring seed, but it's unlike any that I've ever worked with before. It's infused with strange energy.
What's a greenspring seed?
Green spring seeds are what green singers use to grow new sections of forest and shape them into enclosures and settlements. We use some to create Vashabar, but this one is corrupted. Still, something familiar. Wait, I've sensed this before.
You sensed something like this before? Where?
I was out exploring. Dawnwood may be a blessing, but I'm curious as to its origin. And the devastated area troubles me. I ran into wood elves with a covered cart. There was a whiff of strange magic about it. It must have been one of these seeds.
Where exactly did you see this covered cart?
Here, I'll mark your map. I met the wood elves with a covered cart in the hills east of Leftwheel. If you find more of these corrupted seeds, burn them. And don't worry, I'll destroy the one you gave me after I finish examining it.
Tribune Alea thinks some of your people might be part of the recollection.
The Tribune sees a threat in the eyes of every Bosmer, but she may not be wrong. I've heard rumors, secret gatherings, elves taking up paths walked before we accepted the Green Pact. Some who follow the Dawnway may be tied to the recollection.
The Dawnway?
Our new settlement consists of two Bosmer factions, those who observe the Green Pact and those who follow the Dawnway. These elves cultivate crops and harvest wood, but they would never abuse the Green's gifts by corrupting a Green Spring ritual.
Okay, tell me more about the Green Pact.
We Wood Elves are children of the Green. Long ago, we swore to never harm the living forest. We do not cut wood or pluck fruit. In exchange, the forest shelters us and shapes itself to our needs. Those who follow the Dawnway walk a different path.
How did you grow this forest so quickly?
We had nothing to do with the appearance of Dawnwood. King Nantharian tells us that it is a natural extension of Valenwood. That its sudden growth is proof that we are meant to reclaim our rightful heritage of this land.
Dawnwood? Valenwood? King Nantharian?
Dawnwood is what we call this new forest. Valenwood lies to the south, just across the Strid River. King Nantharian gathered Bosmer, who wanted a fresh start and took advantage of the new forest to build the Vashabar settlement.
In Ostomer, where we found that seed, the recollection indicated they created the new forest.
That makes no sense. No ritual I know of can make a forest grow so quickly. If the corrupted Greenspring seed, this Wildburn seed, is capable of that, I really must study it. I need to determine if the seed's taint has spread into the green.
This corruption and strange energy you sensed, do you know what it is?
I need to conduct tests, make a detailed study. But if I had to guess, I think it carries a whiff of Daedric magic, which could explain the unprecedented explosion of energy and the area of devastation along the border, the Wildburn.
Okay. We're making a little bit of progress in solving the mystery.
Now that she mentioned it, I've heard of Greenspring seeds. If the recollection was able to corrupt the sacred seeds of the green with Daedric magic, that's unthinkable. Before we go look for that cart, we should talk to King Nantharian first.
Why do you want to talk to King Nantharian?
King Nantharian's an interesting person. Charismatic, a visionary. He saw an opportunity and rallied Wood Elves to follow him and start this settlement. As I understand it, he leans toward the Dawnway more than the Green. We need to warn him.
Warn him about what exactly?
That his followers are in danger. While drawing Wood Elves away from the Green is next to impossible, Green speaker Sorrelin notwithstanding, the followers of the Dawnway are right to be recruited by the recollection. The king needs to know.
All right, let's warn the king before we go to find the cart the Green speaker told us about. All right, so I got to find the cart. Okay, there's her father. There's King Nantharian. All right, so I'm going to go talk to Lainey's father. He's a green speaker too.
Ifrit's needs a stranger. Welcome. What can this old green speaker do for you?
Before we get down to business, how about we share a mug of Jaga? It's Cyril's best.
My sister sent you? Yeah, and with Jaga no less, eh? Well, what's my sister up to this time? Well, I'll drink with you, stranger, and I'll hear what you have to say. Cyril does make some mighty fine Jaga.
I came to tell you that Leonie plans to leave the village so she and Clindagal can wed.
Rabbit dung! Laney will be our next green speaker. Has she never abandoned her duty to the green? Damn Mint and his Dawnway spawn! Are there weeds in our garden? I won't allow this marriage. I'll make that clear to Laney. As soon as I finish this Jaga.
Well, enjoy the rest of your Jaga. Thank you for talking to me. Alright, I'm gonna go to King Nantharian next, because he's on the way. I hope I'm not going the wrong way here. Yeah, it looks like maybe I was supposed to go to the left here. Go up this way. Anybody gonna talk to me? No? What is he doing? Practicing? Okay. How do I get up there? Now I've gone all the way around and I still don't know how to get in there. This is very confusing. Maybe this is it? Yeah, okay.
You're here for my mother, I take it. Deal with your business quickly and keep me and my daughter out of it.
Okay.
Are you here for my grandmother? You should speak to her before Father throws a fit and makes us move again. He doesn't like it when people come looking for her.
No, I'm looking for the king. Can you please just tell me where the king is?
Halt. King Nantharian sees no one without good cause.
You don't even need to halt me. I can't even get through there because there's a wall.
We have good cause. We've come to warn him of a danger to Vashabar.
Very well. But the legionary must remain here.
Fine. I'll wait here.
Thank you, Tribune. Come, friend.
What do you mean, come friend? You're the one that's being slow.
Greetings, stranger. All are welcome in Vashabar. But tell me, who enters my humble abode with Baragon, the hero of Ninglinir Pass? And what was it about a danger to our unassuming town?
I'm Allardsent Korsquez. Baragon thinks the Recollection may be recruiting its members from among your people.
The Recollection? Yes, we have heard of this new order, but it has nothing to do with Vashabar. Do you really expect to find such violent agitators in this peaceful hamlet?
Greenspeaker Sorlin is from Vashabar, right? She's a member of the Recollection.
Greenspeaker Sorlin helped us settle Dawnwood and build our town, but I haven't seen her in weeks. I assumed she had done her part and returned to Valenwood. Not everyone is prepared to break away from the familiar and start anew.
We also took a corrupted Wildburn seed from the Recollection. We gave it to Greenspeaker Derelith.
A wild burn seed? I've never heard of such a thing. But then again, I'm not a Greenspeaker or a spinner. And what did Derelith make of this strange seed? I know she's been trying to determine how our Dawnwood came to be. Does she suspect a connection?
The Recollection said they created the forest. She said we might find more seeds east of Leftwheel.
That's not far from Hoperoot, our new settlement. Count Calantius has refused our offers of cooperation, so I cannot assist you directly. But if you learn anything more that you feel I should know, find me at Hoperoot.
All right, we'll check in at Hoperoot if we learn anything more.
Hoperoot lies to the north of Vashabar, just before you enter the devastated region. I'll be there, supervising the establishment of our next settlement. Good luck to you, adventurer.
Are you really a king?
I am the leader of the Dawnwood settlements of Vashabar and Hoperoot. The Bosmer I lead wanted no further part in the endless struggle for the Imperial throne. So when the Green extended the forest north into Westweald, I saw it as a sign.
You just decided to found a kingdom in Westweald?
The lands between Skingrad and Kvatch were all but abandoned after the troubles of the last decade. The Strid Vale was a frontier ready to be settled. When the Green extended the forest, I led my people out of Sylvanar to build a new home here.
How did you get all these elves to follow you?
I am the son of a noble family of Sylvanar, House Rill. Under the Second Empire, we ruled with little interference from Cyrodiil or Eldenroot. Many elves still remember those days with fondness. I accepted this crown when the people offered it to me.
I understand that some wood elves here don't follow the Green Pact.
All are welcome in Dawnwood, no matter their beliefs. Some follow the Green Pact, others seek a new path, the Dawn Way. You know, the roots of the Dawn Way are all around us, which is why I think the Green provided this new forest and led us here.
What do you mean, the roots of the Dawn Way?
Were you not aware that we stand upon the realms of the Saliak? You may call them aliens. They are the ancestors of my people. The ruins all around are not their legacy. No, their legacy are the Bosmer. Ayleid blood runs through our veins.
You called Baragon the hero of Ninglinir Pass?
Like many Bosmer, I am acquainted with the heroic tales of Baragon Sharpdagger. I spotted him in our town recently and made sure to refresh myself on his exploits. He saved many Bosmer at Ninglinir, or so I hear. You should ask him about it.
I will.
I feel better having warned King Nantharian about the dangers posed by the Recollection. Now, let's go find that cart. Oh, and I know you want to ask about Ninglinir Pass. Can we save that for later? It's somewhat embarrassing.
I definitely expect you to tell me later.
We'll meet you near Leftwheel, friend. If there's another seed there, we need to find it.
You were in there for a while? What did Nantharian have to say?
King Nantharian said that Count Calantius has refused his offers to work together.
The Count doesn't know Nantharian. He and his wood elves showed up right after the new forest appeared without so much as a by your leave. Is it any wonder the Count doesn't trust him? Did Nantharian say anything about the recollection?
He doesn't think any of his people are involved. He asked us to report to him if we learn any more.
Not involved. Of course he'd say that. As for reporting to Nantharian, that depends on what we find. I serve Count Calantius and the Legion, not some self-declared king. Let's meet at the spot the Green Speaker indicated, and go look for that seed.
I'll see you there. Alright, now, where should I go next? Let's go talk to Mint.
Ah, a visitor to our fair village. Perhaps you'd like to hear about the Dawnway, the new path forward for Bosma and Vashabar. I can tell you all about it.
Before we get down to business, how about we share a mug of Jaga? It's Cyril's best.
Jaga? From Cyril? For me? What's this all about, stranger?
I came to tell you that Clendagal plans to leave the village so he and Lainey can wed.
Ridiculous. Clendagal belongs here. I want him to see the world from the top of the canopy, not the bottom of the forest floor. To see the world as our King Nantharian sees it. Our king plans for the future, for our people, for Vashabar.
He can't marry Lainey and support the village at the same time?
No, he can't marry the daughter of a Green Speaker. The outdated customs of the Green Pact have held my people back for far too long. I understand what you and Cyril tried to do here, but my mind is made up. Now excuse me. I need to find my son.
Well, enjoy the rest of your Jaga. Thank you for talking to me. Alright, where... Okay, here is Agawan Sira.
There you are. I've got a good start on gathering supplies for Lainey and Clendagal. How was your chat with the old goats?
I gave the fathers the Jaga and told them about the marriage. They didn't change their minds.
Those two could give lessons in cussedness to a timber mammoth. And now they'll be looking for the loving couple. Damn. My niece can't leave. If only... If their fathers won't budge, can we convince Lainey and Clendagal to stay?
Why would they stay if they can't get married?
I know those two. They'd never be happy as outcasts. If they stay, there's always a chance we can sort this out. I still need to work on these supplies. Would you be willing to talk to some friends of the families? Get them to encourage patience?
I can do that. Who should I speak to?
Gandelian. He's Lainey's grandfather. Helped her walk for the first time. Ah, a Millennial. Clendagal's tutor with a blade. Both of them should be nearby. Thank you, Traveller. There's a stiff brew with your name on it once we get this sorted.
I'm going to take you up on that once this is over. All right, I'll see if Gundelian and Millennial would be willing to help. Back to here. Okay. Looks like she's to the left. Maybe? Is this the other place we went in before and it was the wrong place?
Ah! Oh, it's only you.
No?
I need to get my son and Lorraine away from Vashabar. Away from me, where it's safer for them. I'll make the arrangements, but I'll still be here when you're back. If you want to read the note, I think I tossed it somewhere beside my home.
Okay. I don't see... Oh, is this it? Letter to Valenia. Dear Valenia, how long it's been since I've seen you. The thought of approaching you only made me more nervous, so I've just been watching from a distance and working up the courage. I hope you'll forgive me. But now you're finally here. How long I've waited for this day! Meet me in the woods to the west of your home. I have a surprise waiting, one I've been planning for far too long. Who am I? Make a guess, and we can laugh about it later, together. Your old friend. I think maybe this isn't an assassin. Maybe this is actually a real person. She's forgotten that she had an old friend.
Traveler, are you looking to practice the blade? In the mood for a sparring match?
Cyril asked me to speak with you. Clindagal and Laney are going to leave town.
Clindagal? Leave? But the village is freshly grown. And it feels like just yesterday I was helping him choose a training blade. I know how much he loves that young woman. If they think they have to leave town to be married, well...
Cyril hoped you might convince the couple to stay.
Nope, I'm sorry. They want to go, I respect their decision. But I'll go find Cyril. Hopefully I can see the couple before they depart the village. I'll kick Clen in the arse if he tries to leave without saying goodbye.
Alright, I'll see you later then.
I have so much respect for Minth. It kills me to think he won't listen to his own son. And when everything we've worked for is so close at hand.
What do you do in Vashabar?
I'm an accomplished blade dancer, and work with Minth as an envoy of the Dawnway. Before we left Valenwood, I taught everyone who asked the way of the sword. Wish I'd had a chance to do more.
Blade dancer?
Bit of a pompous term for someone that's good at fighting with a sword, innit? I heard it from a high elf in mixed training at a Dominion base. I kinda liked it, so I made it my own.
You're committed to the Dawnway, then?
With my whole heart. I saw more than enough during my time with the Dominion military to know we need a better tomorrow. A glimmering dawn on the horizon.
Okay. Where to next? Here? Gundelian is over there, alright.
Ow! 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 Yeah!
Memories fleeting and fragile. Impressions of things I've seen. A scent sparks recollection. A song can bring a tear. A face seems so
Good singing.
familiar. A memory so clear.
Oh, and I'm clapping backwards. I didn't even realize that. Looking like an idiot clapping backwards.
Ah, a visitor on a mission. Like a ringtail after a beetle. A new face in Vashabar. Beautiful like the pelt of a Sench tiger cub. Fresh from the den and curious about the world.
Cyril asked me to speak with you. Laney and Clindagal are going to leave the village.
No! What? No! All of a sudden I'm back, holding Laney's hand as she takes a shaky step like a fawn in a glade. Oh, my heart. This is because of their fathers, isn't it? Nidalee, you foolish old man.
Cyril was hoping you might ask the couple to stay.
I can't. I teach the children if they want to leave, they should. It would be wrong to say different to Laney. But, you should speak to Spinner Belwellis. He's the keeper of the Wilder Hall here in the village.
How could Spinner Belwellis help?
I'm not sure. It's just an idea. Maybe a nudge from the singer himself. The Wilder Hall holds the ancient knowledge of our clan. Perhaps there's something in there that will set Laney and Clindagal free. Like a flock of pollen bats in the night.
I'll go talk to Spinner Belwellis then.
I'm trying to keep the hope alive in my heart, traveler. Like a grotwood fisher cub in a pen, I'm feeding it the fish of my soul.
What do you do here in Vashabar?
Oh, thank you for asking. I'm a part of the Valenwood faithful, an aide to the green speakers, advisor to spinners, and tutor for the village children. Would you like to hear my favorite thing about the Green Pact?
I suppose. What's your favorite thing about the Green Pact?
People in distant lands like to focus on our eating habits, or what we think about fallen trees. The truth is, the Green Pact is a way of inviting the forest into our lives, into our hearts. And that just makes me so happy.
Can you tell me a bit more about green speakers?
Of course! Green speaking is a beautiful art, an extension of the deepest mysteries in Ifre worship. Some mages use it like you'd wield a hammer, as a tool. In our clan, we dedicate ourselves fully to hearing the singer, to weaving the trees.
Is everyone in Vashabar a green speaker?
Oh, no. Not everyone has the aptitude for magic. Or perhaps, like a songbird in the highest branch, the storyteller's tune is too faint to hear. But for those with the gift, we celebrate it in a way few still do in Valenwood.
What do you teach the children?
Many things. Oh, many things. Children don't know not to be curious, you see. A timber pig in a truffle den. Geography, politics, the ways of the green. I'm even a fair-hand at cooking when I put my mind to it.
That's a wide range of subjects.
I have to wear many hats. Hats on hats. We're a small community, and we want our children to make good choices, to be ready for the world. And if they choose to leave someday, well, perhaps they will return and bring the world back with them.
All right.
Ah, the outsider. How goes your quest? I've seen you running to and fro, traveler. On a quest to help our young couple, I believe. How goes the journey?
Not well. Laney and Clindagal are going to leave the village so they can be wed.
Nedolia will not bend. Minth will not sway. They revere our culture, but learn nothing from the trees. If the couple chooses to leave, I will not speak against them. Every living being must be allowed to grow as it wills. So says Ifre, so say I.
One of the villagers mentioned a place called the Wilder Hall.
It is a repository of knowledge from Valenwood, a connection to the deep history of our people. I hoped the singer might send you my way. I believe a text from the hall may offer a solution. Seek out a scroll called the Rite of Propagation.
What does the rite do?
It allows a Bosma community to determine its future, to step in where growth has stagnated. If Laney and Clendagal perform the rite, Vashabar can make its voice known. And not even Nedolia or Minth can silence the voice of the village.
I'll look for the rite in the Wilder Hall. Thank you, Spinnerbow Ellis.
The Wilder Hall is just east of here. The rite may be just what Laney and Clendagal need, what Vashabar needs. I suggest you take it over to Cyril when you find the text. She'll be instrumental in enacting the rite.
What is it that you do in Vashabar?
I am a healer, a scholar, and a spinner. By aiding the people of Vashabar, I tend to the future. As keeper of the Wilder Hall, I tend to the past.
Do you have a special connection to Laney and Clendagal?
You could say that. As a healer, I assisted in both their births. Laney took command of the room the moment she drew breath. Clendagal came out fighting. I was also there when they lost their mothers. For every bright day, there is a dark one.
Why do you tend the Wilder Hall?
Why not me? I'm of the opinion that if you believe something is important, you don't leave it in the hands of others. The green provides, traveler. But it often needs help from mortal hands.
Can I ask you some questions about the rite of propagation?
Of course. It is an ancient rite, rarely practiced today. From a time when the supporting branches and vines of culture and custom could, on occasion, strangle new growth in its bed. The people of Valenwood have progressed since then. Somewhat.
Why haven't Laeny and Clindigal already performed the rite?
I doubt they know it exists. Both of them came in to read the texts on occasion, but they live busy lives. The past is not Laeny's focus, and Clendigal's mind drifts to much more ancient days.
Why did you wait until now to suggest this?
The couple had no plans to leave until now. If Nedolir and Minth are superseded by the rite, and their children wed, those two will not be pleased. But they'll listen to the will of the village. Desperate times call for obscure rites, as it were.
You're sure Minth and Nedolir won't object?
Without a doubt. Nedolir is a respected Greenspeaker, and Minth a key member of the Dawnway. They invoke the meaning and weight of our culture every time they open their mouths. If their children invoke a Valenwood rite, they will listen.
I'm gonna ask again what he does in Vashabar. I must have missed a piece of dialogue.
I am a healer.
What does it mean to be
scholar,
a spinner?
And it means I am a priest of Ifre, god of the forest. As a spinner of tales, I hear his song and weave his stories for all to hear. Everyone in Vashabar believes in Ifre's grace, whether they adhere to the Green Pact or travel the Dawnway.
What does it mean to follow Ifre?
A bit of a loaded question, no? For me, it's about living my story as best I can, and helping those around me to do the same. Ifre is, at his heart, a storyteller. And every story deserves to be told, no matter how large or small.
Okay, I'm gonna check the time now. It might be nearly an hour. Nah, I still have plenty of time. Alright, let's go to, let's search the Wilder Hall for the rite. Here's the Wilder Hall, I guess. Oh, it's starting to sound like maybe there's going to be enemies here. No, no enemies. Note to King Nentharion. Nentharion, what in the green are you up to? I'm livid. I'm sitting here reading your damned manifesto and hearing reports of all this growth and movement. Are you trying to start another war, boy? Are you trying to get us exiled from the Pact? I've got a stack of letters here. From the Queen, from Pact ambassadors, from Covenant ambassadors, 3 from Count Calantius alone. I want you or a representative here in Eldenroot yesterday. Do you hear me? The governors and magistrates that make up the Thalmor are demanding answers, and I can't keep stalling. Your family and I go way back, son. You know as well as I do that we're always on a thin branch with these people. Please don't make my job any harder than it already is. You're a loyal subject of Valenwood. I know it. I expect to hear from you soon. King Cummeron, Eridon, Eldenroot. Vashabar in Valenwood and beyond. I've organized these notes as you requested, Spinner. The history of our clan goes back long enough to fill volumes. I've tried to keep things simple as I can. While the village of Vashabar was founded only a few short months ago, many of the families in our clan can trace their lineage to after the fall of the Ayleid Empire, but before the Alessian Empire's dissolution. It is somewhat amazing that these same families stayed together when they migrated to Valenwood so long ago. Though we have always been a small community, you can see the tracks of history wending their way through our bloodlines. A number of our most important early community members were part of the Heartland Elf diaspora, though many of these former conquerors adopted the teachings of the Green Pact. Our tradition of greenspeaking, perfecting the techniques of shaping the forest, stem from early in the Second Era. One of our own, an ancestor of Ned. more recent development, though it has its roots in our Ayleid ancestors. When King Nantharion adapted the movement and began bringing our community into clearer focus, we were more than ready to make the move when the Green showed us a way to return to our roots across the Strip. The new forest seemed like it was grown specifically for us, so that we could reclaim the heritage of our Ayleid ancestors. You know the rest. We packed up and followed King Nantharion to this sacred spot, and the Greenspeakers got to work. It wasn't long before the first tendrils of Vashabar were grown. Alright, something weird just happened with my microphone, so I'm gonna have to check it right quick. Alright, I don't know what happened there. There was some kind of issue with my microphone, but it looks like it's fixed now. So we read that. We read Vashabar. Now, the Green Lady's Primer for Children. Listen now, fair children, to the song story I tell. I am the Green Lady, her verdant highness. Do not look away. I know I am fearsome to behold. They call me the vengeance of the woods for good reason. Green is my name, and green is my creed. As like all good children of Valenwood, I am a friend of the forest. What is the Green Pact? It is a promise, nothing more and nothing less. It is a gift that the Green gives freely in exchange for our protection and our love. In Valenwood, our one true home, the ancient world still stands as it did the day that Ifrit, beloved singer, took the ooze and spun the trees and the elves and the beasts into story and song. Let us now go through the different aspects of the pact, what it means, how you can follow it, and why it is important. Remember always your venerations. In the storyteller's name, I stand upon the bones of the world. I drink in the promise and power of nature's law and breathe out my thanks. Alright, so what is this? This is what we've been looking for, the rite of propagation. Stagnation stands against the green. Ifrit teaches us that growth must be allowed, lest a forest choke itself on its very roots. If that is so the case, enact the rite of propagation and unburden then a village of that which it holds back, of that which holds it back. To enact the rite, find a symbol of you to the village, an object that means you to the community. Stand together as supplicants before the village. Ask the community what it wills, if it stands at your side or if it does not. If the community stands with you, your life's growth is in the hands of the village. If not, the matter which you brought before the village will not stand. In either case, respect the will of the village, for the village is the forest, and the forest is the green. Alright, let's go talk to Agawin.
Singer be praised, you're back. What did they say?
Leonie and Clindagal may not have to leave after all. Take a look at this.
A look at... a right? Ah, don't. Ah, Ifra's arse. This is amazing. Where did you dig up this relic? It was Spinnerbell Wellis, wasn't it? Canny old goat. Ha! What a find. Nice work, traveller.
One of the villagers mentioned I should speak to him, and Spinnerbell Wallace came through.
I never even thought to ask him. Brilliant. Go tell the loving couple. In the meantime, I'll gather Minth and Nedalier, as many others as I can. If Laney and Clendigal are going to ask the village to decide, we need the whole village to be present.
Where are Laney and Clendigal?
With the fathers hunting for them, I told Laney and Clend to hide out. They have a little love nest in an overgrown ruin on the southern edge of town. I bet they're there. Tell them what you found. Vashabar will be waiting when you return.
I will. See you soon. How do do I get up here again? Same story as before. These houses are so confusing. Here it is.
Damn it. Fine. Then we make for Varen's Wall.
Right. From there, we head for Anvil. But it's... Oh, Traveler. Hello. I see Cyril found you. This is a happy place for us, Traveler. I hope you've come with news to match.
Actually, I think I have. Take a look at this.
An old scroll. Huh. I've never heard of this before. The rite of propagation. We gather some symbols, present them to friends and family, and ask the village what it thinks we should do. Traveler, with this we might not have to leave.
It was Spinnerbell Wallace's idea. Cyril is already gathering the villagers.
The Spinner? I didn't even know he liked me. Thank you. You have no idea what this means to us. We've been on a blade's edge since we spoke. We've already asked you for so much. If you're willing, do you have time to help us gather our symbols?
Sure, what are you thinking?
The Dawnway means so much to me and my family. It draws from Ayleid culture, and there are several Ayleid ruins nearby. A mosaic from the ancient empire of the Heartland Elves would perfectly represent me to the village.
What about a symbol for Lainey?
She's been mouthing words at me over your shoulder. Meet her where we began the ceremony to grow Vashabar. She thinks a dormant seed pod will represent her quite well. I'll mark your map, and we'll see you beyond the village. Lainey, we get to stay!
I'll see you two outside the village then.
I can't rotting believe it. Can you rotting believe it, Clem?
Ha! The sooner we get those symbols, the faster we can start planning the wedding.
The site where Vashabar's growth began isn't far. Just refer to your map and I'll meet you there. And don't worry, Traveler. You'll have a damned green speaker to be at your side.
It's so weird she's looking at him and saying that. You think a seed pod will be a good symbol for the ceremony?
You should have seen me waving my arms around to get Clen's attention. A seed pod's perfect. The dormant greenspring seeds are what remains of the ritual we use to grow Vashabar. They're sacred to us, carried all the way from Valenwood.
Why does it represent you to the village?
If we get to stay and I can continue my training to be a green speaker, it would mean the blighted world to me. I want the village to know I never intended to run away from my calling. That this was only ever about our union, about our love.
Can you tell me more about the seed pods?
We green speakers use ritual magic to enhance their growth. They go from fragile little pods to full houses in a matter of weeks. It's all part of the Green Pact, you see. We protect the forest, and in return, the forest protects us.
All right. So where exactly am I going to go? All right, looks like I'm going to have to leave the village. Let me see. So we're doing 3 different quests at this point. We've got to get the Ayleid Mosaic and the Dormant Seed Pod, which are in separate places. Then we got to go to the meeting spot. What else? Talk to Velast. That's a Miramore incursion. I don't know. We've still got find the wild bird seed. We've got a bunch of stuff going on. So I am going to actually have to stop the video right here because this is going to take more than a few minutes, and I don't want it to go over an hour. So in the next episode, we'll continue and finish off this quest. Thanks for watching. See you next time.